Games in the Philippines is an important part of the country's culture. These games have been played across multiple generations, usually using native materials or instruments. This is Kay Palyado Fulgencio representing Team MADI, and we are your reporters for today's topic. Good day everyone and magandang RMMC. Welcome to our fruitful discussion today. We will be going to discuss the traditional games in the Philippines, which are Lawin at Sisiw and Laglag Panyo. Before anything else, this is our objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to first, define the traditional games in the Philippines, which are the Lawin at Sisiw and Laglag Panyo. Second, appreciate the importance of the traditional games in the Philippines. And lastly, play the traditional games in the Philippines, which are the Lawin at Sisiw and Laglag Panyo.
Traditional Filipino games or indigenous games in the Philippines are games that have been played across multiple generations, usually using native materials or instruments. In the Philippines, due to limited resources for toys, children usually invent games without needing anything but players. There are different kinds of Philippine traditional games that are suited for kids, and the games also stand as one of the different culture and or traditional games of the Philippines. These games are not only fun to play, but these games are also good for you. This is because different games require different skills. These games are also important part in Filipino culture. Laglag Panyo. It is commonly played by children usually using handkerchief. It is putting the handkerchief silently to the back of the next it. Laglag Panyo or Drop the Handkerchief is a traditional children's party game that's been around for generations. It's so simple that even toddlers will be able to learn it quickly and play with the big kids.
The history of Laglag Panyo game is uncertain though, as one of the rather popular versions of the game, Duck Duck Goes, there are many different claims as to where it has originated. Drop the Handkerchief seems to be one of the oldest known games and is found throughout the world. Many variations are played in the USA, Germany, Sweden, and Ireland. In one of them, example is as played in France, the it is the postman or mailman and delivers a letter. Interestingly, the game seems particularly associated with Minnesota, US.
Have the children form a circle must place a hand over another, and the count of three, they release their hands simultaneously. The end player who displays a different hand position from another player will be the taya, or what we have known as maiba taya. The child who is taya holds a handkerchief or a piece of cloth and begins running around the outside of the circle. Wait for the taya to eventually drop the handkerchief behind one of the other children, whereupon he will take off running as fast as he can. Players sitting in the circles are not allowed to look behind but can only check the grounds with their hands. The child behind whom the handkerchief was dropped must pick it up and run after the taya to try to catch him. The taya's goal is to run completely around the circle and get back to the open space before the child of a hanky does. If taya succeeds to sit in the spot without being tagged, the player with the handkerchief becomes taya and the game continues in the same manner. If the player with the handkerchief managed to tag the taya takes the handkerchief and remains as taya for another round. The game can be played for long as the children remain interested.
Ma'am, napapalaro lang ako tapos na ako magpa-check eh. Ayan o. O, dali! Ala! O, dali! Tuloy! Tuloy ang ikot! 20 lang sila, ma'am. Grabe, no? 1/3 ng klase.
Lawin at Sisiw is a game that composed of players tagged as the Lawin, the chicken, and the chicks. The goal here is for the lawin to catch the chick. Then, the hen protects all of her chicks who from the line at her back. The angry hawk then tries to win the chick back, thus the game itself. It is also played by more than 10 players. It can be played inside or outside. This game is composed of players tagged as the lawin, the chicken, and the chicks. This game can only be played if 6 or more players are present. This game starts with a play the lawin, hawk, the manok, hen, and the sisiu, chicks, are the main characters. The chicks will be behind the mother and the lawin will come.
History of hawk and chicken, or also known as lawin at sisiw, is one of the strangest traditional Filipino games. The history of this game was based on legend. The story started when the family of Lolo Andres and Lola Anding together with their grandchild Roy and Lorna had a vacation in the province. One morning, while Roy and Lorna were playing at the guava tree, they saw a hawk chasing the chicks of the hen. The hen was left behind as if she was trying to fight the hawk. Suddenly, the two kids jump over the ground and start yelling to the hawk that made it fly away. The attention of Lola Anding and Lola Andres was called because of their loud voices. After that, the two kids were curious about what they saw. They asked their grandparents regarding it, and Lola Anding started to tell the story about the hawk and the hen. In the past years, the hen and the hawk were friends until one morning the hen wanted to go to the fiesta where she wants to feel pretty in the eyes of a rooster. She asked a favor to the hawk if she can borrow his ring. Undoubtedly, the hawk gave the permission to the hen to borrow his ring but warned her to take care of it. She promised to take good care of the ring. The next morning, the hen went to the fiesta. The rooster was happy to see her and they danced all along until she was sleepy and decided to head back home. The next morning, she was shocked that the ring was lost. She is searching for the ring everywhere but she cannot find it. The time came when the hawk knew about what happened. She said to the chicken that if she cannot find the ring, he would use his claw to get her chicks. Every day, the hen was struggling to find the ring as well as other hen for them to keep the safety of their chicks. Fortunately, the two creatures end up as enemy until the day they die. That is the reason why the hawk until now captures the chicks of the hen. The lesson of the story is you have to do what you have promised to a person.
The mechanics of the game is started by selecting one hawk and one hen, and the rest of the players left will be the chicks of the hen. This exciting game is played by 10 or more players. The chicks of the hen should hold each other's waist and then the hen will lead them. The hen's goal is to widen out her wings, literally her hands, and defend her chicks, for the hawk will try each possible way to catch the chickens. When the hen moves to block the hawk, all chickens should also move in the same direction so the hawk could not attack them. In addition, they should never lose grip of each other's waist or clothes, otherwise the chain will be broken and they will be easily caught by the hawk. If any chicken is not unlucky, he will become the new hawk and the hawk will be a new chicken in the next round. Usually, the last chicken in the line is the most hard to catch. Based from our topic, let me ask you, are you ready to play? Once again, we are the team MADI. Yours truly, I am KP Fulgencio together with my group, Kimberly O. Cansana, Cher Jane B. Shocon, EG Gwyneth D. Enriquez, Zoe Nicole D. Ranes, and then KP Razonable. That's the end of our lesson. Thank you for listening, and we hope you learned something new today.